Well, hello there, guys. Welcome back to some more Flashpoint campaigns in our NATO campaign here. Now, I do believe we've already fired our artillery batteries, but just to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and back out a little bit, and I am going to call in a barrage on... Actually, no, we definitely called them in. We can actually see the 3 and 2 there. So we're going to stop there, but we're going to start moving this particular stack over here to 900. So let me go ahead and move hastily to the 900 spot. I don't want to lose that area. And we know that a lot of the Russians, a lot of the Soviets, that's exactly where they're going. They're kind of cutting south here and moving into that position. And that's another reason why we want to assault that 700 with our tank. We really do want to try and hold this area. I feel like we've got this area under control pretty much. Of course, there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts about that. So I'm going to take this tank. I'm going to go ahead and move him deliberately over here. Actually, I probably should have moved hastily, but I think this will be sufficient. And now we're going to end the turn, guys. We don't want them to get past us and get to Moisburg and Trelde and Kakenstorf. We're going to do everything we can to stop them, but we are going to turn it over to the Soviets and hope for the best. Here we go. Alright, we already destroyed one heavy machine gun, but we lost one Bradley in exchange there. Pretty fair exchange. And 4, no, that's just a position. Now, they fired an ATGM, they missed. And you can see here in the center, it's mostly APCs, things like that, BMPs. We just killed one of the BMPs. Our infantry are attacking the enemy armored infantry, or I believe it's an armored brigade, excuse me. But a lot of BMPs here in the center of town. We don't want them to get to the center of Buchholz, so we've already started moving some guys into position to stop that. Okay, one BMP and one mechanized rifle killed, but of course they've taken that center point, so they have essentially said, this is our area, we're not going to allow that to happen. And you can see our infantry is already fighting back wildly to repulse that armored infantry here. But it could take a while, guys. This could be a nasty little fight here. BMP opening up, all those machine gun shots is exactly what's going out towards the enemy. Just trying to get some targets, and there we go, that's a hit. One BMP down. We're going to take these guys out little by little, guys. I'm confident we can win this. Nice shot to the north there with our tank. Killing 2 BMPs and 1 T-80, guys, and I think we just finished off the last BMP there. Bunch of burning red vehicles. I love to see that, but we've got to scatter with these guys eventually. It's good that we're holding Buchholz and Steinbeck, or trying to, but, you know, we can't stay here forever. Most of their tanks are going north and south. You can actually see one group up there near Diversen. We better get some tank reinforcements here if we plan to win. Here's an ATGM launch. It's a miss. One mechanized rifle killed in action. And unfortunately, our Humvee is moving back. He's just a scout vehicle, really. But we can see that the enemy is definitely pushing across that northern highway. And we do want to put a stop to that immediately. More enemies moving in here. Come on, guys. Take back Buchholz. We still got our Kiowa ATGM launch. A lot of anti-tank guided missiles just everywhere. There's got to be some unexploded ordnance for sure around this area, around this town. Just with all the fighting going on, there has to be some shells that haven't blown up, because we have just been fighting incredibly hard to secure this. ETGM launch, come on, get a hit, boys. Make the people in the town happy. Right now they think they're under the yoke of communism, but we're not going to let it happen, guys. It won't happen here. 5 T-80s killed. We just killed 5 T-80s, guys. That's absolutely unbelievable. That is an amazing shot. And we just got some more kills here, some artillery strikes. Excuse me, guys. Got a perfect strike on the tank. There's another great hit on the tank. Another great hit right there in the center. I mean, we're popping these guys left and right, guys. I told you last episode, which, by the way, you should watch if you haven't already. I told you guys we were going to stop them. We were going to do a tremendous amount of damage to them, and that's exactly what's happening. We're just adding to that kill count. I believe if we destroy 70% or more of their army, they actually lose automatically. Now, this could only be for the NATO forces. The Soviet forces might be a lot more brutal than the NATO forces, but we're getting some decent hits here. We just lost a cavalry scout and a Bradley, unfortunately, and it looks like down here we lost a mechanized rifle company, but in exchange we just destroyed a 9P149 anti-tank 6 Spiral, and that's a nasty little vehicle there. It definitely knows how to do its job, and we have lessened that tank army to the north significantly, but we lost another mechanized rifle. We're going to lose a lot of infantry here. I mean, I'm not surprised by that at all. We just have to keep on fighting and fight to the end. Okay, 2 T-80s. One AT-6 Spiral killed in action. And right now, the actual unit of theirs that's gotten the farthest, he's on the far west of Buchholz. It's actually 7 infantry units. It's mechanized infantry, essentially. They've got APCs, they've got men. They just killed 2 of our Bradleys, probably my favorite of our APCs. But we're going to keep on firing. We've got some tanks up here to the north. If we could stop that tank army, we could start moving the rest of them down south. Now, this tank to the north already has an order to start heading southwest near Twelde, and we're going to probably have to send him up through this area to Abach. I hope we've got enough guys to hold Abach, because there's actually a lot of points there, but we stuck our men in Buchholz. I don't know if that was a mistake. We just got some more artillery to support us. That's going to definitely help. If we get some tank units, I'll be really happy. Okay, we got Hell on Wheels artillery, we got a command unit, and, of course, another battery unit and a tank unit. That's what I wanted, guys. Beautiful. That's what I wanted for Christmas, for sure. Alright guys, so it's just basically giving us a rundown of all of the, support we've gotten, and it's actually really quite good. We got a bunch of Abrams tanks. You can't live without an Abrams, and some Bradleys too. And we definitely need to spread those guys out to the north and the south while hopefully keeping these guys in the center. I thought we could pull them away, but now I'm starting to think it's better to keep them here. Let's be safe. Let's hold Buchholz. Let's take back that 500 position. Let's push the Soviets completely out of this town. If not, they've broken through the front line, essentially, of this new Cold War. And there we go. They're opening fire already. They're actually getting a lot of kills right now, guys. I'm seeing if our Kiowa can maybe get a kill, but I'm not 100% sure. Another Bradley killed. So we've definitely lost a lot of men there. We thought we were doing great, but they're turning it around a bit here in this inner city fighting, basically. There we go. Beautiful. Another AT-6 Spiral killed, and we've got a tank division here, just kind of probably on the same road as the enemy. Let's see if they can hit them. And some men fighting back here. I don't want them getting across the river into Steinbeck. That must be a completely free zone, especially that 700 right there. We've got to keep this as a free zone if we can. One T-80 down. And believe it or not, guys, this is merely 15 minutes of fighting total. We're at 6 minutes right now, but that's how quickly enemies can get killed in just 15 minutes in this kind of fight. We just dropped some artillery there in the center of Buchholz. I'm sorry to the people. We hopefully got some kills, but I don't think we did. And there's some more of our arty coming in. And we may have actually hurt one of our own units. We just killed one of our own Bradleys with our artillery, guys. Not good. I think at this point, if you're looking at Buchholz and all those shell holes, first of all, I feel bad for the people. I hope they've evacuated to Steinbeck. But if they haven't, I think that us and the Soviets have done equal amounts of damage to these towns. And the people are probably pissed off, of course. There's nothing we can do. We've got to keep fighting. And actually, it looks like one of the T-80s ran over a mine. That was definitely a kill. We didn't see it pop up, but for sure they lost at least probably like 1 or 2 T-80s in that minefield. So good mine placement, boys. There we go, hit on the T-80, and it's a kill shot, boys. So that's a T-80 down. I think we totally destroyed that northern tank army, but you could see 2 tank armies up there to the north, basically just popping in and making their presence known, and we got another artillery unit. That's cool. But we've got to respond to those tank armies moving up. They've totally ignored what we thought was a perfect battlefield, but they're using Soviet tactics. I mean, they're trying to get around us. They're not necessarily going straight for the battlefield, although they've definitely sent a nice Soviet wave there. They just got a kill on one of our Bradleys again. A lot of brave men died today. I hope that some of them were able to get medevaced out, but you just don't know in these circumstances. ATGM launched by the enemy. And we also fired one just now. So some of our units just kind of pulled back. They weren't in the city. They were just kind of on the outskirts on that hill. That's probably a good idea, to be honest. And, oh, we just lost 2 Bradleys and 2 cavalry scouts, but we killed 2 T-80s. I think that's a fair switch, but obviously losing an Abrams there is not. But just a ton of casualties going on right now, guys. I mean, look at the first and second and third episodes and tell me that compared to this, they're not pretty tame, despite the fact that we had a lot of action in those two. And if you haven't seen them, you know, go watch those episodes, because they're going to kind of teach you what's been happening in our game, what's coming up, what's likely to happen, etc. And as you can see, we saw that explosion on the tank. That's another definite enemy tank kill. We just got a hit on one of the tanks going for Arbach. Nice shooting, M1A1, and we got 3 T-80s, guys. So if we can keep getting shots like that from the city, maybe we won't even have to go stop those tanks. Maybe we can hit them from far away, and they'll never even get to the A1 highway. I think that's probably too positive in terms of the thinking process, and we should imagine that they're probably going to keep attacking into that northern area, but at least we're fighting back. And fighting back very well with the Abrams. Of course, that frontal infantry line that we have that's now trapped between the Soviet armies is getting chopped up, and that's just kind of par for the course in a situation like this. Okay, we got a nice hit on the enemy there. Took out another BTR-ZD. Shrezshit. I like the name of that thing. That sounds cool. Just fired at the infantry. Come on, kill some of those infantry. Another ATGM launch from across the river, and we got a BMP, KSH. Now you can see the sky is clearing up a bit. We might get a weather report pretty soon here. Yep, battle conditions have changed to haze fog. Max visibility is 1,500 meters, which actually is not that good. 1,500 meters for visibility is kind of poor. And we got another, it's basically 1.5 kilometers, but we just got another artillery piece, so we're going to be using that. It seems that High Command is really loving to give us artillery, but they haven't given us enough tanks. We need more tanks. If we got 2 more tank squads, one on top, one on bottom, I think we would be doing extremely well. Right now, unfortunately, we lost another M1. Oh, this is an M13A1. Oh, sorry, it is an M1A1. What's wrong with me? Come on, get those infantry boys. Got a command unit trapped. That's not good. And apparently, you can see that red in Stotsky. I actually can't read the name of the town, but they've definitely moved in here as well. So we've got to do something about this. All right, 2 T-80 kills. And their command unit is trying to get across the river, which I think is kind of silly considering what we have there. But they did just take out one of our Chaparral. Our Chaparral can fire SAM missiles. We haven't actually seen any enemy helicopters, but who knows what they're sending at this point, guys. They've tried everything else. They could try something now, to be honest with you. Nice, got another T-80. And there we go, guys. It's back to us. Now we've got to take a look here at the city because things are going crazy. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Just look at this. The blue units obviously represent us. The red units represent the enemy. And the shell holes represent, well, artillery strikes. And we can see here that the eastern side of this town is covered in bodies, tanks, and shell holes. I hope that most of the people have been evacuated. I would assume that would be a process that would happen in a situation like this, especially in modern times, or fairly modern times. We're playing in 1989 here. And you can see over here, just look at all those dead tanks. So we did great in the north. Maybe it's time to start moving our guys down south. It's certainly time to meet that tank army over here on the highway with our own tanks. And look at how many tanks we got. We got 4 units of tanks. So I'm actually going to go ahead and immediately select the stack and start moving deliberately to the A1 highway. So we want to see if we can maybe spot the enemy tanks and start taking them out. With some of these tanks, we're going to move them probably to the south. Not necessarily into town, but we could see where the enemy took that area in the center there near Telde. So we want to go there. So let's get to Dresdet. And again, I'm probably horribly mangling these names, so I do apologize to my German viewers. Here we go. Hold. And we've got a few more tanks here we can move. These guys obviously are going to move over. Let's put them in the woods over here. They'll be able to catch the enemy before they make it down that highway. At least I hope they will. And final unit here. Select the stack. And we're moving him as well. A hasty move to Werenstoff. So he's going a bit out of the way of everybody else. But I think they'll follow a pretty accurate path to their targets. And of course, we got some artillery strikes to dish out, but I'm going to let you guys decide where those strikes should fall. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm enjoying doing it. And look at that, another group of dead tanks. We forgot to look at this one. I mean, the Soviets are getting smashed, guys. Like, look at this. Look at that. Look at this to the east. I mean, they are definitely taking a lot of risks continuing. If I was one of these Soviet tankers or APC drivers, I would probably just jump out and run, to be honest. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and of course, add me on VidMe as well. It really helps our channel. Thank you, guys.